guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you my best tips and hacks on how to conceive naturally fast. So bear with me on this video because some of it is a little bit TMI and makes me a little bit squeamish, but I think that my tips could really help you because we have 3 children and we've never been the type of couple that has ever had like a surprise or an oops or anything like that. Each time, although we have conceived naturally, we have very much planned that pregnancy and tried for that pregnancy. So in the process of doing all of that, I think I've picked up some really good tips that I wanted to share with you if you are just starting out, if you were just looking to try with your first baby. So yes, if you're new to my channel, I would love you to subscribe and stick around. I post 3 videos a week and I would love to have you. But yes, let's get into my tips. I should also obviously say that I'm not a doctor or a professional or an expert. I am a mum of 3 who has had to do this 3 times. So the first thing that you need to do is also the most important. You need to get to know your body and your cycle. Before we started trying, I didn't even realize that we as women are only really fertile for a few days a month. So you want to pinpoint when that is. So if you have a very normal cycle of about 28 days, you are normally your most fertile and ovulating on the 14th day in the month. I will try and insert a little chart here that will show that you go from the first day of your period, that is the start of your cycle. So you'll have your period and then you will normally be at your most fertile in the middle of your cycle. So there are loads of ways that you can track this. You can watch the changes in your body. You can use lots of great apps to record notes or any changes in your body. But once you start doing this, you will notice things. Yeah, so start really paying attention to your body. And this is going to sound really gross and TMI, but I'm sure a lot of you will know what I mean when I say if you see egg whites, go, go, go. You can also buy LH strips, which are basically little ovulation tests. And I actually bought 50 of these on Amazon for about £10. So I'll put the link down below. And I did use these, but some months they would actually stress me out more than they would help. So what I found was a good way to do things was in those 2 middle weeks of my cycle when I knew I was likely to be fertile, we would just get jiggy every 2 or 3 days. And then I knew that at some point the egg would hopefully meet the sperm. And that brings me nicely to my next point, which is to have enough sex. Some people that are trying just aren't actually doing it enough. So if you do it every 2 or 3 days, you will hopefully hit that day. But then also my doctor said that some couples have too much sex, so they will try every single day or multiple times a day, and that can lower the quality of the sperm. Now onto a few tips for right after you have done the deed, or even during. You can do this one, and that is to put a pillow under your bottom to help to tilt your pelvis and just help with the gravity of getting things where they need to go. Also, straight after, you can lay with your legs in the air, or you may have heard of doing bicycle legs right after. I actually did this. I don't know how much it helped, but we had such a laugh doing this. So it just like lightened the mood and made it really funny. And also, once you have done it, try and stay laying where you are for about 30 minutes. Sometimes I would even just fall asleep for the night. Or one other thing that I did, which may be really TMI, but I read on a forum that some women had had success with this. So after about 4 months of trying, I was like, I'm just gonna do it. I bought a soft cup, which is mostly known and used for like menstruation, but it can basically hold everything in. So after we would do the deed, I would then put a soft cup in the hopes that it would kind of like hold everything in. Oh my gosh, this is so TMI, but I did that and I think it kind of worked. It's also a sensible idea to watch your weight. You don't want to be overweight, but then you also don't want to be underweight to conceive. And it's also not a great idea to do any fad diets or lose a lot of weight really quickly before you start trying, because that can also negatively affect your fertility. But you just want to be healthy. Maybe just think about not having so many takeaways, having a healthy balanced diet, maybe stopping smoking because you're going to have to anyway when you're pregnant, and cutting down on alcohol as well. While I was researching for this video, I found one study that said that women are twice as likely to fall pregnant within 6 months if they drink 5 or less units of alcohol a week. So 5 units is probably about 2 and a bit large glasses of wine. So you can have a little bit, but maybe just cut back a bit if you do drink a lot, and that will help you conceive. And same goes for men. They need to watch how much they're drinking because it can also affect their sperm quality as well. If you are in any way worried about your body before you start trying, you can book a prenatal checkup with your doctor so that you can talk about how to prepare your body best for pregnancy. You can also have a fertility smoothie as well. I found some amazing recipes on Pinterest, and my favorite one had kale in it and maca powder as well, because that can help to regulate your hormones. I don't know if it worked like completely. It may be a placebo effect, but it was a really nice way to start the day, and it's really healthy. So my next tip when you're trying to conceive is to start taking a good prenatal supplement. You can just get these over the counter. I took the Vitabiotics ones, and I took the his and her ones. So there was a pill that I took every day, as well as an omega-3, which is really good for your egg health. And then there was also a pill that Matt took, which gave him everything that he needed, zinc, etc., to help with the quality of everything. But you'll want to take that because you'll need the folic acid in it. Ideally, you should even take it like 3 months before you're even trying, but just start taking it now. It's also worth checking out your iron levels as well, because I was slightly anemic, so I needed to start taking an iron supplement. I took Spartone, but iron is also important for your egg health as well. Another really good tip is to use a conception-friendly lubricant. You may not know this, but some lubricants like KY jelly can actually slow things down and stop things from swimming as well as they can. So you'll want to use one. There's one that's called Pre-Seed, which is really good and can actually help mobility. And there's also one called Conceive Plus. I will link them both down below. You can get them on Amazon, and they just help keep things moving. And my final tip is probably the most important one, and that is to relax as much as you can. Try not to let trying to conceive completely consume your life. And I know that's very difficult. When I was trying to conceive, all I wanted was to get pregnant, and if someone had said to me, just relax, I probably would have wanted to punch them in the face. But honestly, it makes a massive difference. So just look at your lifestyle, look at how stressed you are at work, look at how busy you are. Also, if you have lots of adrenaline, that can actually tell your body that it's maybe not a good time to conceive. So look at your lifestyle, try and chill as much as you can. And I have a little story for you. When we were trying for Jackson, nothing happened for about 4 months, and then when it got to December, I said to Matt, let's just write December off, because we have so many Christmas nights out, so many Christmas do's, and we'll be drinking more than normal, so let's just kind of forget December, start again in the new year. And December was when we fell pregnant with Jackson, because I think I was just so relaxed. We were just normal, and we just had fun. There was no pressure of, you know, today's the day. Those are my tips, and I really hope you liked them. And I also wanted to say that you can see a fertility specialist if you are under the age of 35, if you've been trying for a whole year. And if you're over the age of 35, you can book in to see a fertility specialist after 6 months of trying. So give yourself all of that time, and hopefully you will fall pregnant. I wish you luck, and yeah, I hope it all works out for you. And I would love for you guys to comment below any other tips and tricks that I have missed out, because everyone is so different, and I'm sure that you guys will have some really good suggestions as well. But thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys. Bye bye. Hopefully you'll get one of these very soon.